Yo, it's Guido coming at you with a coffee talk. I don't have a pilgrim. My understanding is that his internet has been attacked by giant pigeons, which I believe is the last predator on the English Isles. The last free roaming predator is the internet eating pigeon on the. Yeah, he's got an issue with his internet. He says an engineer is coming by. Doesn't that give a lot of gravitas to the cable guys? Essentially, calling them engineers. Everything in England that is technical like that, whether it's a guy digging up a road or whatever, it's an engineer. I like that. So ideally, he shows up in a little bit. Good morning, Gator. And we'll have a pilgrim, but we shall endeavor to persevere and press ever onward as usual with Coffee Talk. I hope you guys are having a good Sunday. Mine is actually starting off fine because I am now probably, what would I estimate the remodel at right now? Good morning, Wayne. Yeah, for the moment. We'll see if we can get our pilgrim back, but as I said, his internet's been attacked by giant pigeons, is my understanding. What percentage would I give the remodel? I've been saying 95% for about a week now. We keep finding things, so I'm going to hold with 95%. Yeah, the Geek Squad, the engineers are on their way. Engineer told me before he died. What is happening, O'Brute? O'Brute and I had so last Monday? I think it was last Monday. Or did we not fly last? I think we flew last Monday, did we? Anyway, it was last Monday or the Monday before. We had a great DCS session. That was awesome. Channel news. What are we doing? Well, the remodel. 95%. I think that's where we are. Good morning, 8th Hustlers. We're at 95% with the remodel. The kitchen is probably 99%. It's just crown molding, one piece that we need to get, and then caulked and painted. And then we're done, other than little touch-up stuff. Which, if I'm completely honest right now, oh, Brute, thanks for the sub, man. Here's a question for you guys on this, who have dealt with contractors and maybe even done remodels. I am at the point where I want them to just finish all the basic stuff and then leave me the paint and whatever, and I'll do all the touch-up. Are you the kind of person that's like, nope, I'm holding their feet to the fire. They're going to come back 42,000 times. That's an exaggeration. You know what I mean? Yeah, like, I'm at the point where I want them to get out of my house and leave me the paint, and I'll do the touch-ups. Because number one, I don't want to pay for another visit. At this point, I don't know, if they show up, am I being billed? And then it goes to the contractor, the sub sends it to the contractor, and the contractor sends me a bill. I'm like, dude, if it's touch-up stuff and you have to come in here for another 3 hours and disrupt my life and move my stuff and do all that crap, just go away, leave me the paint, I'll take care of it. What do you guys think about that? Yours is at 69%? Yeah. Yeah, that's right, Grendel. See, Grendel has distilled it down to its basic issue. And that sentence says more than you know right there. Yeah, Hustlers, I hear that. But here's the problem. They're here a lot. You know what I mean? It's been a process. So, yeah. Well, I'll have the code for the paint. I know where you got the paint. I can always go get more paint. And that's good because the whole house has the same base color on the walls. It's just the way my wife likes to do it. And all the trim is the same color. So that's actually useful for the rest of the house. I have other rooms I want to touch up and do. But I'll have some touch up for the stuff that they've already done. And I get it. You have workers coming in and out. People nick things. They hit stuff. At some point, you're just going to accept that you're living in your house. And sometimes something gets scratched or scuffed or whatever. I get it. You want the whole thing to be just absolutely beautiful and boom, it's done. But because it's over months, stuff that's already been done is going to get nicked and whatever. So I don't know. I'm just sort of trying to figure out. I've got a punch list for all the major stuff to give the contractor and go, look, these are the things we talked about that you didn't do or need to be done. So I think that probably goes with what 8th Hustlers is saying is here's the list of stuff that needs to be taken care of. And then once that's done, get out of the house, which is kind of where I am. I have to have a mini split put in back in the back of the house because the washer and dryer went into what was a built-on walk-in closet, and it's so far away from the air handler, and it's got a little lofted area, but the sun beats down on that part of the house. And now with the dryer in there, it's going to get really hot back there, and hot and humid is bad for mold. So I'm going to put a mini split back there to kind of cut down on the heat. So that's another relatively significant hack job through the wall and all that crap. Anywho, that's where we are with the remodel. It's actually going. It looks really nice though. They've done a nice job. The bathroom. The major moving piece in the bathroom is the glass for the shower. So the shower's all tiled in. It's all ready. All the plumbing works, toilet works, sink works, blah, blah, blah. The only problem with that is there's no glass. So if you took a shower, the shit would be everywhere, and that's not what we want. Well, hopefully that wouldn't be everywhere. That would be a really bad shower if that happened. But anyway. Channel news. What have we been doing, man? We've been playing a bit, not too much. I was actually just looking at all of that just to see what my week looked like in World of Tanks, just for a giggle. Let's take a look at it. We played in the last 7 days. This is tomato.gg, by the way, which is a great site. I'm sure all of you know about it, but if you don't, it's a good one for all kinds of... No, the pants are required, Stickler. I want everyone... Well, you do what you want. I'm wearing pants. Well, I have house pants, but... All right, love it or list it. That's right, man. Am I going to love it or list it? Dude, I have to love it. Right? The bad news, the good news with houses being as expensive as they are is you got a lot of equity and money in it. The bad news is you sell it, you got to go buy a new one. and you're going backwards if you do that. That's for sure. Zoom call outfit. Okay, good, oh brute. Good. I'm glad to hear it. So this is what I did this week. We did does it total? It doesn't total. I don't know what this 8.36 average of selection. That must have been the average. That's the average of all of this, I guess. So I'd have to add all this up, but 20, 30, 40, 50, somewhere around 60 battles, I guess. 50 or 60 in 7 days. I must have had a really big day somewhere in there, because that's quite a bit for 7 days. 7 or 8 battles a day average, or 6 as it says here. That doesn't make sense though. 6 times 7. Anyway, I'm not sure if the math is mathing, but I did play 28 contender battles because I was grinding that. Oh, I forgot about it. I finished the British double barrel action, so I should be getting. I don't know if I did the review on the tier 8 yet. So I guess I got to get to that today. Reviews, probably the 8 and the 9 review need to come out here in the next week or so, or something like that. Cargo shorts, nice. But contender, yeah, I played that. I did all right, 2,000 win 8 and a 57% win rate. That's in those 28 battles. I think I played a few more actually to unlock somewhere 30 something, maybe 40, to unlock the tier 10, and was unlocking all of the modules. So not too bad of a grind. Squall's coming around, fellas. Played 8 games in that. We're at 62% on those 8 games, and I got it up to 56 or 7 or 8, something like that overall. So I'm enjoying that tank. Manticore cruising along, so we always got to play some Manticore games. Let's go to T17. Still working on the 100 battle challenge with that thing. This is a monster. Not a great win rate, but it's only 5 battles. But man, dropping. I've got a couple videos I think for that one coming out. And then the CDT. These are the 3 battle pass tanks from battle pass, 2 battle passes ago, whatever it was, over the summer for D-Day, I think it was. So we're playing those for the 100 battle challenge, kind of slowly moving along. Those are all good. The Crocodile, the Sherman variant, and the CDT. And then a few just one-off games on some other time. I did play an arty game just for giggles. And there's my Mighty 279 early, first game, which I got a whole 503 win 8 and lost. I did 1,400 damage. If I'm honest with you, it was Ghost Town or Village or whatever it is, and I just sort of mongoed, and then I drove out in the field. I was kind of curious if I could make it across the field. It is, in fact, not invulnerable. I'm just going to let you know that. Yeah, I bought this account. You know what actually crushed me? That new SFAC, whatever, double-barreled French invisible TD thing. What is up with those things? Camo. I get hit by those and I never light them. Those are crazy. Jimmy K, hello. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Who else we got? Ducardi, Grendel. Keep an eye over here for Pilgrim. He's not back yet. Nope. Wayne Grendel, Odd Dog, Gator, Jimmy, Stickler, O'Brute. Who else I miss? Eighth Hussers. I think that's it. And everyone else is just hanging out. Good morning, guys. Happy Sunday. So that's what we did, channel-wise, in the last week or so. Not bad. Played a bit of Age of Wonders. Did some DCS. That may be it for gaming this week. I was pretty busy with the house. Right, Grendel? I'm not understanding why its camo is so good, but maybe is it? I haven't really looked at it. Is it maybe not very tall? Is that what it is? It looks like it might not be very tall. Height has a lot to do with their camo. Size as well, but height seems to play into it quite a bit. Let's see. So we're working on probably those tanks that I just listed. Those will be the ones I'm sort of working on the 100 Battle Challenge. I do have the AAT-60 in the lineup and the Vickers and a couple others. I actually still have the Lorraine 50T listed, but I finished that guy. I almost went back to Mech Warrior, but I didn't pull the trigger on that, so I've sort of stalled out on Mech Warrior 5. It didn't grab me, guys. It didn't grab me. I'll be honest. It did not grab me. And that's pretty much it for channel news. Next stream, I don't know. The Doge has taken my day off from me. Not exactly, but kind of. So the rotating day off deal is gone. I'm not going to be able to do 10s anymore for 4 days. I'm going to have to do 8s for 5 days, which nukes the day off and the possible streaming. Not that I've been able to do it for the last 3 months anyway. So stream other than the weekends on this, at this point, I got no idea, man. No idea. So if I show up, I show up. I can't even begin to promise anything at this point. Which sucks. Maybe I did need a little bit of a break from it. We do it on Sunday, which is good. Yeah, no fun for me. It's good and bad. I mean, 10s are painful. 8s are easier to do. It is flex time because our schedule changes. It's not too gross because we don't do any night stuff or super early, but the window will shift from, anywhere from 5 or 6 in the morning to 5 or 6 in the afternoon. So flexible, that's nice. I could get in at 6 and get out by 2 with an 8, which is nice. So we'll see how all that goes. And that's where we are on channel news, dudes. We're gonna move into missions and specials. Got a nice coffee today, though. It's that black rifle. I like it. It's a K-cup, but it's a pretty darn good K-cup as K-cups go, which are not amazing to begin with, but the black rifle guys do a pretty decent job with them. Not bad at all. All right. We're going to put on my sad blue light special. Let's see what we have on offer from Wargaming. Missions and specials. All right, what do we got here? Premium shop. There are a couple specials and whatnot going on in the client. We'll get that in a minute. But what are they selling us today? They're selling us British tanks. We have GSOR, $41, auto loading, TD thing. They're selling TOGs in case you don't have your TOG. That is a fact, Gator. There is a 50% on consumables and equipment, which is unfortunate because I have spent nearly all my silver. I only have 4 million left, so there's not much I can do with that sale. Good news is I bought a bunch at Christmas, so I'm not too far behind on those. You can buy a Valiant. I don't know why you would, but you can buy a Valiant. You can buy a Renegade. Renegade's out there. It's 41 bucks. You can get the 3D style, dead or alive thing. There's also one with a crew for $151 and a 7501K. So a couple specials on offer right there. There's really nothing else in here. There's some standard 3D style stuff. We've got OLS packages to support different teams if you're into that kind of thing. And then the standard vehicle packages and the standard, bog standard premiums that they sell. That's pretty much it for the store. We get rid of this. And we're going to go back over to the client. Let's take a look at what we have here. You go to missions. The events tab is active. I'm sure you've noticed, but there is the Serpent's Treasure event going on. There, as of the last few days or since the beginning, there's been 2 free stamps every day. You got to come down here, click on the cat, and click here on regular gift, which I've already done. Hopefully you've seen that. You'll get 2 free. So far, each day has been 2 free tokens. And then you play missions, which I think are 2 or 3 days each. Right now, tomorrow, I guess, I've got less than 20 hours to get the new missions. I've already finished them. They're right here on the bottom left. And they'll give you various amounts of tokens or stamps. They were fewer for the first mission or 2. Now they're up to 10. I don't know why they have to increase the numbers. What's the point? You know, these all cost 8 or something like that, and now 10, I think 8 and 10, and now we're up to 12. But of course, this amount here is increasing that they give you. So whatever, that's how they're doing it. Yeah, maybe 3 days. They're 2 or 3 days each, I think, for each section of missions. They're fairly easy to do, but if you want to track them and see what you have to do, they're down here on the bottom left. From there, click on this. See that little 12? Can you see it? Or yeah, right there on the screen. Then I need 12 of these stamps to click on that, and it's been credits, a lot of credits actually. 250, 75, 100, 25,000, 50,000, kind of random. And some premium days, personal credit reserves. Those are nice. The credits, personal reserves. Now the shop over here, the other thing that this is doing as you increase your, I don't know, trip through the Serpent, starting from the arse and moving towards the head, which is pretty funny, you're getting a discount up here on Geocar. Thanks for the follow, man. Welcome. You're getting a discount on these tanks, which also exist in the store. So if you click on store and go to best, let's see how that works actually. Yeah, you'll have to click. Come on. Uh-oh, we've locked up. Uh-oh. Hopefully I'm still streaming. Something bad has happened here. Store. Come on. There we go. We're back. All right. Danger. Lunar New Year. So 2 ways to get to it. In any event, you're getting a discount. That was the point of all that rambling. So if you're going to buy this thing, my advice, obviously, is to wait till you get the maximum discount you can get. That's in the news there somewhere. Go back to missions. Go to events. And here's the discount up in the top right so far for me. And I imagine it'll be much more, what is it, 60%? I don't remember what the actual thing was. But it'll be much better discount. Oh, this actually shows what you're going to get. So, oh, there's some bonds involved, fellas. And components, that's nice. Premium day, times 5s. A secret item on the 6th. Reserves, credit boosters, and more components. All right, so you definitely want to do that. So if you click on the cat over here on the bottom right, then you come to this cat shop. Yeah, it's the cat shop in the red light district here. Regular gift is what I talked about. Here's the secret item. Secret item. I don't know what that is. What's that look like? Doesn't look like a tank. It looks like equipment maybe of some kind. So I doubt it's a tank, but who knows? Probably equipment maybe. But that's on the 6th, which is middle of the week, Thursday. Well, there have been various reports of boxes involved with this. And you can read it one of two ways. One is you're going to get the boxes through the cat shop snake thing, which sort of only feels like you're going to get one. But there's also some premium tanks theoretically attached to the boxes. So I think maybe on Thursday, because this event goes to what, the 13th? I think maybe on Thursday they're going to sell boxes involved with the lunar event. That's my guess. And the 6th, you might get one free one on there. And we'll get to it later what is possibly in tank-wise. There's 2 new tanks that are reported to be in the boxes. So that's my guess on how this is going down. Without it actually having been said anywhere I can find anyway, that on the 6th they're going to sell lunar boxes or cat boxes. They're going to sell some cat boxes on the 6th. You have to go in there and scratch yourself out a hole and buy a cat box. That's my guess on what's going on with that. Tanks wise, what's in here? Well, we got the Type 63. Okay. I don't know, it's all right. The 112, which is danger. This is a preferential tank. Questionable as to its quality or usefulness in the current meta. It's okay at best. The Lorraine's pretty fun, autoloader. Not fantastic. It's another tank actually that was taken off of people's accounts and then sold. I forgot about that one in my diatribe about that last week. The Lorraine is another example of a tank that was a tech tree tank that they ripped away from people and gave them a different tank and then sold it. Good stuff, Wargaming. Good stuff. M41D, it's a okay scout. Back here, you can't see behind me, is a 252U. One of the tanks that destroyed the game. And then, in case you just really got to spend some gold on a tier 6, the Schmalturm, which is another tank essentially that they took away from people at Tech Tree and then sold it. This was a turret upgrade for the Panzer IV on the old Tech Tree that you could have. It didn't have the big skirts on the side, but it was a turret upgrade that made the Panzer IV really pretty awesome. I played the snot out of that tank as a Tech Tree tank, but then they took that option away and then resold it as a premium. So you can get the PZ for free. That's good to know. So that means I've got another 1,800 at least credits coming. So I guess that means you could sell it and rebuy it. Is that game afoot? That game may be afoot. If you can get the Schmaltum for free through the event, then you have it, then you could sell it for credits and then rebuy it through this event. So that sounds like that is in play right there. If somebody knows why it isn't or it wouldn't be a good deal, let me know. Pilgrinomics. So essentially buy 3 Schmaltrums or as many as you can. Buy 5 or 6 of them. Then sell them all. And then rebuy them all. That's how you do it. I did skip over this personal training manual. By the way, don't do anything like that. Not that you could. You can't buy more than one tank anyway. Kind of. Sort of. Not exactly, but mostly. 180 degrees. 180 degrees of premium. 180 days of premium. Good day, 442. How are you? All right. So that is pretty much, I think that's everything that goes, oh boy, where are we? Not service record mission. I think that's everything for this particular event. Yes, I believe so. Yep. All right. It's a decent little event. The missions aren't that hard. Should be doing well. What is this? New event. New event. Oh, it's that event. Does it really only go to the 11th? Okay, I lied. I said 13th. February 11th is when the cat lunar snake year shop ends. Cat shop lunar snake year, all right? Let's see, what else we got missions-wise? If we go to the missions tab again and slide on over to the center button, we are looking at the double or nothing. If you didn't know this is for the British double barrel tanks. You can see that I've got most of them done. What I don't have done is rewards number 3, because I still need 3 more ticket token stamps, buttons, coins, items. And it looks like the reason I don't have it is I have not done this one. And this one is for the 6, the 7, and the 8. So unfortunately, when this whole thing started, I was past the 8 already. And certainly past the 7. So I would have to do a lot of Tier 8 and 7 British double barrel tanks today, because this ends today. I don't know. Oh, there's some equipment though. Look at that. You actually get that might be worth it, because I could sell that stuff when the sale is over. That's actually some pretty good. That's some pretty good coin. That's 300. That's almost 800,000 worth of coin right there. If you didn't need those pieces of equipment, you could sell them. Remember that. Wait till the sale is over. Don't sell them when there's a sale on. That's a bad idea. I don't know. We'll see. I got vidges to make today, so I'm not sure I'll even get to much playing. All right, I think that's it for missions and specials. Oh, let's look at Watt Monthly. Let's look at what Wargaming. What is Wargaming going to tell us about the month of February? It's going to be. I'm sure it's going to be very detailed. No, it's not. It's not going to be. It's not going to be detailed. Okay, so there's a few more details in the video than there are on this calendar. That's it. There's a Boosteroid, month of February. There's a whole bunch of OLS, Onslaught Legends series. There's a Frontline and Arcade Cabinet. That's all that's on there. There's no other. You can slide down here and get a few more details. The Double or Nothing is going on. Why that's not up here, I don't know. The Lunar New Year, why that's up here, not up here, I don't know. Love is Key, why, I don't know. You get the picture. That's up there, as is that. In fact, Onslaught's not even on here. It's going on, isn't it? Is it not? Is it not happening right now? It is. For 21 days. Anyhow, let's take a look and see what Commander AF has to say.
Hola tankers, this February things are heating up. The missions and rewards during the fighting season of the on-screen drops and earning OLS tokens all along the way. Streams will be available for my pals in North America. Get ready for the Onslaught Legends Finals, which will be...
Who's playing Onslaught? How's it going? Wayne played a game of Onslaught. He likes it. Doesn't like the time gate. Yeah, me either. I hate the time gate. I don't play at night, so... It does look like some OLS is going on, Wayne. How about you guys? Wayne played a game. Does that mean you're going to go back, Wayne? Are you going to try to grind out the old Onslaught? I like some of the tanks that are available. It has to be said. Yet. Yet. What about the rest of you? Everyone's silent. I don't think so. I believe Litterbox is on the 6th, decarding, I'm pretty sure. Is it a convertible, a manual? Good question. I don't know. Crickets. Oh, I have a cricket button. Hold on. Where is it? I wonder if it works. Did this a long time ago. I had sounds and everything. Back when I was good at this. Oh. There it was. Did you hear it? Trying to get silver. All right, Kedge is a yes. He's in. Yes, audio technician. Grendel says, I work. I don't have time for this. You bunch of no-life losers. Okay, got it. I filled in the rest of that after I work, by the way. Just figured that's kind of what he was saying. Einstein says, sounds about right. Okay, so a couple people are in. I often, sometimes even, threaten to do it, but have a hard time finding the time. I wonder what the min run would be just to open up the shop and have enough whatever it is you need to get something. It's all bonds, right? I mean, I think I have enough bonds to get them at 30,000. I just have to open the shop up, right? I need to sneak in. I just need to min run like Indy and slide underneath the closing door. That's what I need. Welder Guy has not played this game in forever. We need to come back because we're busy selling everything. All right? It's a fire sale. Going out of business. It's one of those companies that's going out of business for 20 years. Silver in 2 seasons? Oh, man. See, that's the thing. I don't want to do 2 seasons. Seasons sounds like a commitment. Tried super platooning, dropped 2 levels. Oh, my gosh. A blonde and low noise exhaust would be really nice, but a Bond one would also be good. Huh. See, that's too much commitment. It's too much. That's too much try-harding and getting angry because I went up a level or down a level. Yeah. All right, so that's OL Onslaught. All right, then we have Frontline. So that's actually on the list here. That's showing up in February for you Frontline fans. That's good. The only thing about this one, and I don't know if they've done this in the past, but you are...
Every time you load into a Frontline battle, you'll be faced with one of 3 unique battle scenarios.
So you're going to have to do the old one of 3. Standard, operational support, cooldowns decreased by 50. Yeah, so all of the magic powers are just getting spammed like crazy. Twist of Fate. Choose between 2 randomly selected combat reserves, then just random reserves. Better chance of being offered for selection level. Oof. So one of them is like random but better. One of them is lots more of them. Spamming magic. Better magic, spamming magic, standard magic. There you go. All right, so that's what's going on with that. And then we have HyperX.
Love notes and sweet gifts, and our partners at HyperX have got more than just your X's and O's covered. HyperX and World of Tanks have joined forces to transform your mechanical keyboard into a Watt masterpiece with exclusive 3D printed keycaps. Load out your Escape key with miniature 3D printed replicas of the Tiger 1, Barask, and Sherman. Looks just like this. So cute. And Wattify your spacebar and WASD keys with Watt's iconic orange and black brand colors. Designed for mechanical keyboards with MX-style switch steps.
Oh, you can't hear her? Oh, was she loud? Oh, sorry. Oh, man. I wanted you to hear her. Did you see me doing this, though? You should have been able to read it with my hands. Should have been able to read my hands. I was talking about those keys. Some people like to pimp out their computers. Mine, not so much. I just have an open side, and my water cooler is just sitting on top of it. It's not even inside the case. It's not even screwed down. Wayne, that's kind of a rude way to say it, but I'm a little bit surprised as well. A little bit surprised. She seems to actually be doing this for the whole event, though, now, because she mentioned EU and Asia and stuff. So this sounds like she's actually are the EU guys seeing her? Does she do a separate one for EU, or is this the one? I think she might be doing all of it. All right, so we'll just turn this volume down. But you can buy the keys. That's kind of cool. It's got a little model tank on the Escape key one. Love Note giveaway. This is... You can get a 2D style or something. You send her a love note to a tank. I was a little bit concerned by the way she started that off. I'm like, wait a minute, what? You're telling these gamers to send you a love note? And then she said love note to a tank. I'm like, okay, you might have wanted to lead with that. Same one on EU. Thanks, Dave. Thanks, Dave. Gold. All right, got it. Yeah, I think now she's the one voice kind of idea. Which that goes with the slim down, right? They're going to use one person to do this event. Yeah, Love Note. That seems to be just for a 2D style giveaway. There's Frag Store stuff. This is all the, if you want Watt clothing, etc. I have one of their hoodies. It's actually pretty good quality, to be honest. The problem is I bought it super big when I was much fatter, and now it's just giant. I could probably use it as a sleeping bag almost. Element of Surprise. This is the new arcade cabinet. Let's take a look at this. I've actually got it muted. I just want to see what's going on here.
Second, enjoy a fun-filled weekend of sniping and surprises as you earn random rewards like credits, boosters, and Watt Premium account days. Tally-ho, tankers, gear up.
So what is that? What does that mean? Is it... I should have listened to the whole thing.
Surprise modes will make their triumphant return during the upcoming installment of Arcade Cabinet. February 28th through March 2nd, enjoy a fun-filled weekend of sniping and surprises as you earn random rewards like credits.
I guess the vision system is dialed down or something. Is that what's going on? Have we had that version of Arcade Cabinet? Don't know. All right, February also has Boosteroid. I looked up some Boosteroid stuff. We're going to talk about that today because that's a curious thing. I'm kind of curious about it, but I don't know. I don't know if its time is here, but its time seems to be here. We'll see. And I'm not talking about just Boosteroid, but cloud gaming in general. And then there's an outro. So that's basically what we got out of that. Honestly, it wasn't extremely useful. There was a couple things in there I didn't know. But I don't know. I have found the Watt Monthly to be somewhat less than enlightening or useful, I guess. Okay, there is a sale. Somebody mentioned it. Make sure if you're looking for equipment, or it's down here, consumables, equipment or consumables, 50% off. As you can see right there, 50% off. Go for it. Remember not to sell that stuff while it's 50% off, unless you want to Pilgrinomics it. Trying to do Tour of Duty clan missions. What's the difference between platoons and detachments? Yeah, a detachment is... That's like an organized battle, right? They only happen at night, I believe. Is one of these detachment? Strongholds, thank you. Yeah, that's a strongholds thing. And I don't know if we're organizing strongholds. I haven't heard any chatter of us doing a stronghold for a while. Platoons is just in randoms, detachments and skirmishes, and tier rate 10. Yeah, Project CW is coming back. We are going to touch on that as well. I think that's it for missions and specials, guys. So we got the cat box going on, the lunar snake cat box event. We have the double barrel thing, which is ending today. As I said, for the lunar event, make sure you're heading on in there in the missions tab and collecting all your little coins. It's on the events up here. Oh, grab your free coin. You got to go on here onto the cat. There's a lot of clicking, so if you don't dig around the client like I do, this is easy to miss. And this one here is called regular gift. You don't see that, but it's this one here. You're going to click on that every day and get your coins, and then do your missions and get your coins. Just kind of track them down here. Got to get your free stuff. You got to get your free stuff, man. All right, cool. So we're going to take a quick break. Been at it for about 40 minutes or so. And give me 5 minutes. I'm going to go refresh my coffee because I'm pert near out. You guys get a new coffee. I'm going to go use the new bathroom that we built. It's going to be awesome. So give me 5 minutes and we will be right back.
Guido is his name, tanking is spoke in a tongue with strange dialect. He offered his help to the mighty Guido to bring some laughter to his love of speedos. To the coffee talk they both came, to bring the message of winning ways to all and sundry and the masses. Yes, that's right, lads and lasses. The damage counts and flexing back will keep you on the right track. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. So in what, if you want to progress, then seek out Guido nonetheless. With his sidekick Pilgrim, he has a message that to win you must be aggressive. The position and place that you must seek, for the winners only, not the weak. The guru speaks, so listen well. His voice rings out like the Liberty Bell to bring you all to Unicom land, or to die hard trying in the sand. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. Guido is his name, tanking is his game. Guido. To the swamplands came the mountain man.
All right, we are back. Yes, the toilet is shaped like a tank. That's right. Yes. Oh, man. Tell you what, coffee's good today. Coffee is good today. All right, what do we got? We got subjects du jour. Boosteroid. Is anybody here using cloud gaming? Have any of you guys used it? Do you use it? What do you know about it? I'm curious. What does it do for you? Well, you don't need a big rig, I guess, so to speak. Well, essentially, you can stream a game from a central server. You don't need a computer. Now, you're going to have something. You got to have a screen and something to, how would you put, you would have to have something to process the data coming in and put it on a screen. So, well, it's kind of like Steam, but you play through their server. The game is not loaded. The client is not loaded on your rig. Boosteroid is loaded on your rig, so you can stream it through TVs. Apparently, you just need a base client machine of some kind. But so it has to have some capability. You can't. The bottleneck, I guess, from reading the limited reading and research I've done for the last few days is the bottleneck will be whatever your service is as far as speed, internet speed, and your capability of your system, whatever it is you are projecting it to. So, for example, if you're trying to run the game in 4K, and you have a TV that doesn't do 4K, well, that's not really going to work. But if you've got a decent setup, so people are running it on, relatively limited Windows machines, things like that, but then are able to play a pretty good game. So as long as you're able to project it in some way, so you may lose some fidelity or whatever on the graphics, but as far as all the crunching and everything goes, the mainframe or the server you're using through the company is doing all the work. I think you can play on the phone if it is obviously phone enabled and the controls are set up for a phone. Apparently you can. Some games are set up that way. So it's interesting because there's 2 or 3 big companies kind of doing it. Boosteroid was apparently something of a scam at the beginning, or people felt like it was a scam. I think it was a startup that promised a lot, and people felt they got scammed. I think that's more the truth of the story from what I can gather. But as of now, apparently it's actually legitimately working, and people are pretty happy with it. But it's £16 a month, so you're talking, I don't know, what's that, 24, 25 bucks, something like that, US dollars. It wasn't in the US to begin with, but it is now, as of a couple of years ago, I think, or maybe a year ago. And they've improved several times. They've done a couple upgrades along the way. So it's very, I think we talked about this maybe 6 months ago. It's very, 20 to 24, I think, Einstein, somewhere in there, depending on the numbers there. I'm trying to think of the word, which is not coming to mind. What was I talking about? Oh, it seems to be doing pretty well, I guess. Exchange rate, thank you, that's the word. And they've upgraded a couple times. But I'm really curious for, because you go to Reddit or the internet and you're getting people's opinions and all that kind of thing. I'm curious from actual on-the-ground people, not somebody who's writing something for a magazine or whatever. Like, does it actually work? So I did find a pretty good, and this is only a 4-month-old review. There's a lot of stuff from 2 or 3 years ago that's 2 or 3 years ago. As this technology and stuff goes, a couple months, you're probably a little bit out of date. This one's a 4-month-old. It's on Reddit, so take that for what it's worth. But I thought it was a fairly even-handed. And my question was, and I haven't answered it yet, I'm curious about the security concerns, because I did read a couple things about people complaining about keylogging macros and stuff in the software. I'm like, well, I suppose it kind of needs something like that to know what key you're pressing, that kind of stuff. So I don't know. It's whether it's being used for nefarious reasons or whatever, it's hard to tell. That's my concern with the whole thing. But so this guy said, what's good? Said the game library is not as deep as GFN. GFN, I'm not sure who they are, but that's one of the other companies that does it. I don't know what GFN stands for, but there's other cloud gaming services out there. So it's not a case of each one of these has every game you would want or need. Quality of servers is high. You can check out Cloud Gaming Battles and see the reviews. We'll talk about that a little bit more because he has another comment on that. He's played the games on Android, Linux, Steam Deck, and various Windows machines. You can start the game on one device and move to the other without changing sessions. That's pretty wild. The quality between devices is not consistent because it depends on the device, obviously. But I usually understand why for that reason. For example, my Android TV box connected to Wi-Fi didn't play well, but it's pretty old and can't even ensure flawless YouTube at 4K. So that's usually the bottlenecks are probably going to be on your side. The option to tune bitrate is neat and I think underestimated. So you can actually tune the bitrate down. The ping is going to have a huge effect on it, right? The meh, this is the meh, the good, the meh, the bad. Boosteroid recently merged 2 plans. I actually saw that. That's actually when you click on the Wargaming link, it takes you. So now they used to have like a ultra plan and a basic plan. It's one plan now. They got rid of that kind of thing. He says €15 plan, but I think it's $16.99 or something like that now. He says it's on the expensive side as far as your normal subscription goes, which is probably true for one game, but not maybe for lots of games, I suppose. But it's cheaper than the alternatives of the same quality, whatever they are, GFN and whatever the other ones are. This one I don't quite understand. You need to activate Bluetooth controller before starting Boosteroid. I don't know if he's talking about the controller you're going to use. Then he says, this one goes to every cloud gaming service. I want them to give me the user more control over how the virtual machine behaves. Sometimes you face a freeze or other issue and can't investigate the problem. That's a good point. So a lot of reviews I've seen from these things, it's hard to tell if the problem, if you're having one, is on your side or their side, right? You don't have control of the machine that's running the game. You're just linked in via the internet. So if you're having an issue, is it me primarily because of connection speeds or my machine's ability to process the data and show it to me? Or is it them, their server's having an issue? It's hard to know, apparently. I don't know how they would necessarily let you know that, but I suppose they could build that into their software somehow to say, look, this appears to be a server issue, or it's not us, it's you. It's not me, it's you. Wait a minute, it's not you, it's me. I don't know. However that goes. The bad. The way Boosteroid deployed new servers had some problems. While the quality of the game and stream increased, the internet connection demand also increased, and there were other problems that need to be addressed. He doesn't say what those were, but I guess he didn't like the new servers. But apparently they've come along in the last 4 months. Second thing he says, you can't choose the service to play on. I'd rather wait for when the server near me gets an opening. There was some question whether the servers were actually in the U.S. when they opened it up. I think they proved they are, or they think they are. At least Boosteroid says they are. And I guess there's now a way to say, don't link me to a further one. It's kind of like in World of Tanks, if they just did one account and then you logged in and they're like, oh, you're on EU2 today automatically. And you're like, well, shit, now I got a 200 ping, or whatever it is. I don't want to do that. So you probably want to play on the closest server that you can get to. So there's that. Jimmy K, thanks for the sub, man. Appreciate that. So that's kind of interesting. So his bottom line is, if you're into cloud gaming, Boosteroid's a solid option. While it's not perfect, there are games, including blockbusters from Sony and Rockstar, you can't play anywhere else at this quality. When starting with Boosteroid, make sure you turn off the option to play on remote servers. That's what I was discussing just a second ago. And a few other general, don't expect it to work perfectly every time. Okay. Remember that connection is your bottleneck, so don't crank up bitrate higher than you need. Don't fiddle with controllers. This was an interesting one. He says, don't. I guess these cloud gaming services have a little bit of trouble with individually mapped keys, right? Because your local machine, if you remap stuff, probably handles that better than a cloud server for whatever reason. He says, watch out for that. It's better to use the standard mapping stuff. But he does say unless it's a PC. So I'm assuming that the PC has a better ability to do all that before it sends it. Whereas if you're using a console or something, it struggles for whatever reason to get the key mapping correct if you change it. Don't know. I just think that's really interesting. So my question to everybody is, and to the intraweb in general, is like, is this the future, or do you think it's a niche, or is it just another way to do it? Like, I can see a lot of the issues. Number one is not every game is there, right? So if you're big into gaming and you've got a wide range of games you like, and your machine can handle other games, you might even do both. I don't know. But I suppose if you had a good machine, you wouldn't need it. So you probably, you know what I'm saying? So if you don't have a machine who can do some of those top-end games you want to play, that might be a way to do it. Right, Jimmy, that's what I'm thinking. I think there's a level of machine at which you're not going to worry. The next question becomes, is there a point at which games become so big and capable that they outpace PCs? So far that hasn't been an issue, really. The PCs have kept up with the games, or maybe the games have kept up with the PC. That one's hard to judge, right? You probably don't want to build a game that no PC can run, but they always talk about being on the edge of that, like pushing the quality and hardware requirements of games right to the edge of the current PC, or maybe even slightly forward of it. So which one? Chicken or egg? Which one is there? That one's hard. So, I don't know, guys. I'm not sure if it's a future thing. In 10, 15, 20 years, are we all going to be on cloud-based stuff? In an efficiency world, in a connected and efficiency world, everything would be on one big cloud, not necessarily in the same place, but it would all be networked essentially and more or less seamless. And you could, that virtual world would be an overlay, and you could do everything on that. From a security and humanity level, maybe that's not a great idea. That, you know, those questions are there. So I'm kind of curious, very curious, not kind of curious, very curious where that's going to go in the future. And the gaming side is just one example of that. The banking side, the gaming side, the entertainment side is slowly flowing into this cloud-based idea. I mean, essentially, that's what your Netflix account and whatever account, that's what it is. Some of those services have games already that are basically cloud-based games, you know. If you're playing a browser game on your phone, that's cloud-based gaming essentially. Right, Netflix is already doing it. Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm old school, so I'm preferential to having my own machine and having control of it. But I can see where the appeal to that would be, because if you have an older machine that you've got something that can run 4K, but it can't do all the other stuff. Like, I can see it fine, I just can't grind it out on my current computer. Paying $24 a month to be able to just play whatever game through the internet is like, shit, that's amazing, you know. But then internet goes down, or your connection's lost, or they cut you off for whatever reason. All of a sudden, it's gone. You know, that game is gone. You're not able to do all that stuff. There you go. You got Xbox through Microsoft. Well, that's a good question, Jimmy. I mean, there's a million questions like that. Who is this company? And so that's the next thing here is, what are the security concerns with this? Are they more or less than just being logged into the internet? How much control of your machine does this thing require? You know, I mean, I'm already logging into wargaming servers. So is cloud-based gaming necessarily worse than logging into an internet-based game like this one anyway? I kind of feel like, and I don't know that much about it, obviously. It seems like it can't be much worse. You know? Could you access all the weird console tanks on your regular account? Or I don't know. No, I think you're just playing the standard game, Gator. I mean, if you're playing WoT, you're playing WoT, and you have an account, and those are the tanks on your account. You know, I'm wondering actually if I'm assuming you could log into your own account. Like, I could get Boosteroid and log into this account through Boosteroid and play this account through Boosteroid. But now that whole account is now accessed by Boosteroid, right? I mean, how does that work? Yeah, the performance piece, I think, is a little uneven. I don't know if it's necessarily up to speed to a good rig with a good internet connection. That would be kind of one of my concerns. What are we talking about? Am I going to get the same ping? Is it going to be better or worse? Like, where are we going to be with that? It's a good question. Yeah, I don't know, Jimmy. I don't know if cheating is easier or harder through the cloud thing. I mean, the cloud, going through Boosteroid, Boosteroid is going to be just something else in between you and Wargaming. Right now, it's Wargaming servers to your computer, your router, you know, your system to your screen. With this system, it's going to be Wargaming servers through Boosteroid and then sent to you. So it's just another step. So there's going to be that amount of delay, essentially. So whatever the ping between Wargaming servers and Boosteroid servers is, the processing at Boosteroid servers, and then the data sent to you. So, don't know. if you talk about mods and the way a lot of the cheating happens in World of Tanks, where it's taking data and putting overlays, it would I think I would agree it would be harder. Yeah, mods would not be available because that has to be on your side. It's not like you could load the mods onto Boosteroid's server for you. So there you go. That's kind of interesting right there. Anyway, that's Boosteroid, fellas. It sounds like nobody's really used any of the cloud stuff, but if you have, send me a note. I'm kind of curious about it. All right, let's take a look at the rest of the news. The news that's fit to print here. All right, Project CW, somebody mentioned it. It is back. You can go through the Wargaming, whatever it is, the client thing or whatever, Wargaming Center, and you can download the game and play. I think they're letting anybody play that wants to. But you have to download it. Startup screen, yeah. Not my cup of tea. It's not the kind of gameplay I like. I wish them luck. I hope it works out for them. Good luck to you if you like it. It's not my thing, so I'm not really... oh my gosh, what is this? The Bat 4M tank. What on earth? What the hell? Yikes. I'm not even sure what's going on with that thing. Onslaught with modern tanks. Yeah, they got magic powers and it's modern tanks and whatnot. There is a article here how to join. You can see it right here. It's on the Wargaming client thing. Startup screen. Center, that's the word. Wargaming Center. Lots of information on that. Hearts and Serpents. All right, so let's go down here because... oh yeah, if you have multiple accounts, and that would be on two different servers like EU and US that are using the same essentially email, you have to resolve the conflicts by February 10th. You should be having a little warning thing in the Wargaming Center when you load up. So go through that little rigmarole and then it'll be all sorted out. I don't know what the punishment is if you don't do it. I don't know if they're canceling an account or what they're going to do, but be careful with that one. Talked about Year of the Serpent, OLS store, yada yada. Where is it? What month? All right, here it is. Check this out, guys. You had to go through customer service? Holy cow. I was able to just do it through the startup screen thing. Through the Wargaming Center. Airfield is essentially going to be not even close to the same map. These are not small changes right here. There's a bunch of them, but we're just going to kind of blast through them. Here's the central hill. Here's not the central hill anymore. Gone. You can already see there's the heavy brawl thing over here. Look at this. It's a big brick now with a tunnel. I mean, this is not even... well, they're going to fix it all right. It's just not going to be airfield anymore. It's not even recognizable. Here's the water you can't get into anyway. So looks like they've increased the size of the map. They've pushed the red line, which I think is out here anyway, but you can't get there. I mean, it comes across here or something like that. But check it out. All this real estate is now available. Here's looking at the central hill. It's gone. It's now a valley. And there's yeah. Here's the water now. Boom. All this is now usable. Here's where the heavy brawl is, with the various ways to kind of go around and the little hangar and all that. It's now just a big brick with a tunnel. Here's the heavy brawl area from the other side, and it's gone. I mean, it's kind of there-ish. This is the approach to the heavy brawl area, and gone. We have now we have a pit down here. I guess there's sort of well, it's not really a hill anymore. The hill's gone. It got turned into a valley over here, and then it's a big old rock right here. Here's the tunnel, because we got to have tunnels. It's just, there's picture after picture here. It's completely different. That's crazy. It's crazy. Here's one of the caps, right? Both of them are kind of up in a little plateau with some buildings and whatnot. Gone. There's no buildings. It's just gone. Got a nice sniper position though, don't we? Here's all the buildings on the other side. A couple left. A couple of them are there. But all this sort of cover to hide and shoot and gone. Just big open area now. I don't really recognize this spot. What am I looking at here? This is the back corner, but I didn't realize. Oh, okay, yeah, that's the little hidey hole. Yeah, okay. They just open it up a bit. Same thing from the other corner. It's not even the same. Like, this is that sniper position back in here that every once in a while people sit uselessly at. Now it's got hangars and stuff back here. This one is telling. Here's the hill from the side. The water right there. Gone. No hill. A rock now. And some flat area. Here they've turned this, which was kind of a poke, vision, figure out if you can get around it, support crossfire thing, into no man's land. Don't go. Unusable. Kind of painful, hold down, peeky, pokey, at least some crossfire stuff, maybe sneak around stuff to don't go there anymore. Good job. Water, unusable. Okay, I guess we can maybe sneak around here a little bit. But also go out here and get stuck because you can't get away. Once you go here, hold down, yay, punchy face, sniper, I can't get out. Artie. Fun. Yeah, they pushed out the edge of the map. You could go drown, I guess. That was about the best thing you could do. Yeah, here's this position again over here. Here's all this water, which is now land. It's wild, man. Now here's the light tank situation we had on this map, which was super painful over here. I think it was way better before they did this. Now it's just a line of bushes. Which have broken and are open, so good luck sneaking through that with a scout. But you still have scouts sitting over here trying to light things. Wild. It's wild. So that's super test, by the way. So, but I wanted to show that because it's such a significant change to what it was. I mean, just a massive change. So basically a new map. It's got the same name and the same aesthetic, and that's it. Super Test has a now tier 6 ELC because we needed another little tiny scout. We got the little tier 5 one. Now he has an older brother at tier 6 with the same 90mm 240 alpha gun. Faster reload. It's basically just an upscaled tier 5 ELC. Kind of the half turret thing. It doesn't fully rotate. But most of these stats are very similar, minus having more hit points. And I don't know, maybe even more view range. I didn't check the view range, but it's pretty good. Lots of camo. 21%. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that's after firing. Okay. So 21.89 base camo rating. Pretty good. There's also in Super Test the Gryphon. It fights on steeps and fjords. The Gryphon. Tier 10 heavy with a 2-shot autoloader. Of course it does. Sure. 420 alpha 2-shot autoloader, 16-second total reload. Sure. Or wait a minute, is that 16 plus 8? I'll remember how they do it. It's reverse autoloader, so that makes sense. It might be 16 seconds for the first shell and another 8 for the next one. I don't know. Or is it 16 for 2 and then 18 and 8 for 1? If it's 16 for 1 and then another 8 to get 2, that sounds a little better than just a 16-second reload to get both shots out. Because that's an 840 alpha with a 16-second reload, which is essentially what an FV does. Well, the FV has 1,000, but you get the picture. But it is a heavy. The armor's okay. It's got 270 on the turret. No, that's the wrong one. I'm looking at Penn. 250 on the turret and 80 on the hull, which is actually kind of trash. But the 250 turret's not great either. Yeah, you're probably right, Sturgs. That sounds right. So it's not as scary as just a straight up 16-second for 2 shells. That would be pretty brutal. But if you use it as a single shot, you've got an 8-second reload for a 420, which is that's all right, I guess. And then you've got the option clearly of the double when you need it, which is dropping over 800 alpha if you hit and pen with each shot. Pen's okay. It's sitting at 270 and 311 for it looks like an APCR round. So that thing's coming to super test, assuming it's a premium or reward tank, because there's no scuttlebutt about any other lines coming out that I'm aware of. What Are You is all in on the flamethrowers, all kinds of flamethrowers. This one's interesting here. This is What Are You, so don't get excited, but this has got an extra turret. So whether that's just aesthetic or they're doing the double turret thing, I don't know. Let's see if they're reading. Let's see if they mention that. No, these are just pictures. Let's see. After the war, new main. No, that's just history. So unknown whether they're going to attempt the double turret thing or not. Lunar New Year. I don't think. Oh, there's this as well. This is a big old Polish Tier 9 heavy tank. This is a premium. 650 alpha on that bad boy at Tier 9. Yeah, the RU server's very much going nutty. The Zolg. Zolg P WZ46 Tier 9, like I said, with a 650 alpha, 248 pen, 310 gold, 19-second reload though. That's pretty long. that's a while. You saw Kust on Battlefield, nice. And then the 53-56 Wojek detailed stats. This is a medium. So sort of like well, we got several, but we got the CS52, we got the CS53C or 52C, the fast one. This is another one along that kind of similar line. It's dropping 390 alpha with 221 pen, 252 with its gold round, but a long reload at 12 seconds, which makes sense at Tier 8 with a 390 alpha medium. Holy cow. A Tier 8 390 alpha medium. There's a couple mediums with that high, like the Chimera, things like that at 400 and high 300s. They tend to have quite long reloads, though. More like heavy tank lengths, like the T-34-3. There you go. It's got a 390, 100%, with the old 122 on it. The trade-in is going on as well. We didn't talk about that, but if you want to trade in a tank, interestingly, there's not a single tank I can trade in for because I have every one of them that's in the trade-in list, which surprised me a little bit. The 122, I think, is it really? You might be right. I was going to say it was 390, but I think you're right. The 122M is 400. 400, so it's a little bit above. It has a slightly better 122. Yep, it's a 400. So trade-in's going on. That's good. We got that. Here's the New Year loot boxes thing I'm talking about. And it says here, this is from a while ago though, January 28th, no updates. The KPZ Eric Concept 1, a Tier 9 medium tank, and the Object Kust, and I think that's what someone just said, they saw a Kust. So there's another piece of intel from Kedge. Somebody's playing it, so one must assume it was either a CC or a employee out testing it. The 68 is a 400 at Tier 8, great. Medium tank. Wait a minute. Oh, Opt. That's a different tank. That's not this tank, Gator, right? You're talking about something else. Okay. This says, new items from loot boxes, serpentine boxes. Obtain these crates by unlocking certain sections of the snake. I'm assuming that there's only one that you're going to unlock, kind of like they've done in the past, and that's on February 6th. February 6th is a Thursday. Thursday is the usual date that they drop stuff like boxes, so I'm thinking Thursday, the 6th, we're going to have serpentine boxes, and everyone will get one, free one. That's what I'm thinking is happening right there. Oh, I know what you're talking about. I got you, Gator. Yeah, that KPZ, the German KPZ thing. Yeah, the Tier 9. It's, I don't think I have it. I do not have that. I have the Kampfpanzer. The KPZ 50 has a 320, so it's not a 400. Or is that a heavy? No, I'm looking at the wrong tier. Looking at the wrong tier because I'm dumb. I don't have it anyway, though. Is it a heavy? I do have it. Is it a heavy? No, it's a medium. Why did it not show up when I sorted for mediums? Or was it there and I just missed it? No, I just missed it. It's there. All right. Yeah. He's talking about this thing. MKPZ 68P. You haven't played it yet. Yeah, 400 alpha. There you go. What's its reload? 14 seconds. Oh, it's the Dune tank. Yeah, that's right. That's right. It was the Dune tank. So that's the concept, I think, of the boxes. I'm assuming that Thursday, that putting those little pieces together with Kedge's intel, it sounds like those two tanks are on their way. Brace yourselves. Double or Nothing, we talked about. This is the Skizgol 46 with the 650 alpha, the Wojek. And then that's stuff we already did with the containers, fellers. Stuff we already did. Lots of news on maps and stuff in the last 5 or 6 months. No actual movement. I guess we did have some adjustments to maps fairly recently. I have not seen the giant tumor on the Kursk TD. Was that thing a TD? Or was that a different tank? It is a TD. Oh, look at that! Yeah, look at the tumor. Here, we'll show you what he's talking about. Look at that bad boy. Woo! Right there. That's a big old. And of course, my giant fat face is in the way. Here. Whoop. Tuma. Right there. Ouch. I'm assuming it's a tank you don't want spotted anyway, so I'm thinking if you're going hull down with this on a ridge, you're probably already in a bad situation. But if you are going hull down on a ridge, you're in a double bad situation because you might be getting your tumor hit. 10-foot cupola. That's right. All of its hit points are on the top of a big pole 40 feet above it. If you shoot that same place 3 times, it's dead. This one has some kind of view thing on top. Unknown if that's a hitbox. Right there. I'm kind of assuming no, but who knows? Play the tank upside down. That's all right. You can do that for 15 seconds at a time. You got to roll yourself over. You can play it upside down, but then you're going to auto back on your tank, on your traction. You're going to have to roll yourself over again. 2 more tanks you don't need, Wayne. 100%. But are they 2 more tanks that you want? That's... You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. I'm sure you probably need them. I'm going to need you to get your wallet out and get to it. What else we got going on? We talked about everything, I think. We have talked. My phone is blowing up. My family, what are they doing? Are they sending TikToks? Yep. Yep. My family is all doing the Sunday morning scrolling and sending everyone TikToks that they find funny, and the rest of us don't necessarily. So I don't know if your family does that, but we do that a lot. Sometimes the whole family loves it. We'll see. I want them because I use my 500 pixel tanks as collateral for my new house. 2 more just improves my net worth. Left shoe, no truer words have ever been said. I just leveraged my account the other day. Took out a big loan and opened a company. Fortune 500. It's a cloud gaming service. It's called, what would I call my cloud gaming service? Gweed Sky. Gweed Cloud. Cloudio. Something. Clown Sky. I need a better name for my new cloud-based Sky Eagle. There you go. Cloud Eagle. Basically, you just send me $20 and I will try to structure a server on my computer here at home. And I promise you by the year 2050, we'll have it up and going. Cumulus Nimbus. That's right. Maximus Circus. That's right. Oh man, somebody's probably like, oh, I'm reporting him. He's trying to start a scam. No, it's not a scam. It's just a pyramid scheme. As long as everyone pays in, everyone's happy. Biggest service. I think that's it, fellas. It's unfortunate we did not get Pilgrim back. It looks like his engineer did not come through yet. I'm surprised he was getting somebody on a Sunday. That would not happen in the States, I don't think. You wouldn't get somebody to come out on a Sunday. Not from a cable company or anything like that. They come out every day in the UK. Wow. The Cobra tank? I don't know. Let's go to the numbers. How good is the Cobra tank, fellas? Well, let's find out. There's a lot of ways to look at what's good, obviously. Is it good as in you enjoy it, or it's a fun tank? Is it good stats-wise because it's a good tank? What is it? It's a tier... Is it a tier 9? Medium? Cobra. It's British, I know that. It's British. Cobra. I think it's a 9, yeah? It is a 9. All right, so here it is. The Cobra. I have played it some. It's got that kind of cool standard large repair kit that doesn't cost you anything. So right off the bat, you're getting a large kit that's free every game. That's pretty cool. So you won't be spending money there. It has a 45-second reload. Woo! And 4 shells that it will drop at 1.5 seconds between each one. So it can hurt you. It's hard to hit things. Although 0.33 dispersion doesn't seem that bad, does it? It must have pretty bad soft stats. Here's one problem. Its aiming time is for 14 days. It's a fortnight, essentially, at 3.47 aiming time. That's painful. Not enough cup holders in the Cobra. A pretty low average DPM based on a 45-second reload, but a massive burst potential. And it does have HESH, which I think is its trick, right? If you've ever been clipped out by a Hesh round Cobra. We're talking 490 average. Not great pen at 210. Okay shell velocity. A little bit of splash, actually, which is pretty funny. It does also have a HE shell, which is only 515, which is 25 more than the Hesh and a ton less pen. And then it's got a heat round at 360 with 268 pen. So kind of an interesting tank. It's got okay mobility, as I recall. 40, 45, or 25 backwards, which is nice. How's its concealment? Not great at 15. Mine's view range is 396, so it's not even max, although my crew's not set up. You can see they don't have all their stuff yet. All right, so that's the tank. What does it look like, or what is its current stat situation here? Cobra, it's doing well, guys. It's number 4, number 5 win rate wise at tier 9. It is played by pretty good players. 5th or so best in terms of the skill of the players playing it. There aren't too, well, there seems to, I was going to say there aren't too many out there, but there must be. There's 29,000 battles in it, so it's up there in terms of, not at the top, but plenty of people are playing it. It's got a minus 0.39 win rate differential, although most tier 9s have a negative. Only a few of these very top ones have a positive. I don't like seeing them, I'll tell you that for nothing, Madam Yorktown. I don't like running into him, because every time I see him, I'm like, this is gonna suck. Because if he sells out, or I give him an opportunity to shoot me, I'm gonna at least eat 2 of those shells, if not all 4, and that's gonna suck. But I find it hard to play. Somebody mentioned that. I find it difficult to play. I think it's a tank that has a huge upside possibility. There you go. Gator's got a good plan. Mine's not built for speed, really. I've got Vents, Vertstab, and IA. I haven't looked at the equipment loadout. I don't even know how many battles I have in it. I'm not good at it, I'll tell you that. I got 19 battles and 47%, so I'm not really doing that well with it. Only averaging 1,600 damage, so clearly I'm not leveraging this thing's capability. Here's a very interesting stat. I do have an 81% hit rate with it. I guess I'm getting close, jumping out, shooting some shots, and dying. That's probably what I'm doing. Is that a good plan? So my advice is load up, go hide for 45 seconds, or drive to your spot for 45 seconds. Wait till someone shows up, jump out, shoot as many of your shells as you can, and explode. That's going to guarantee you about 1,600 damage a game, a 47% win rate, and an 81% hit rate. I don't like running into them at all, Grendel, because I always know I'm going to come away mauled. I might beat it, but it's always going to take chunks out of me. Is it the Charioteer gun? That's wild, it's the same gun. Is that true? Yeah, I guess let's see, what is the gun? Let's look at it here. Oops, that's not what I want. That's not what I want. It's running a 120 mm QF, but it's an autoloader version of it. 120 mm QF. Yeah, it's not the same gun, but I know what you're saying. Charioteer. 120 mm QF. That's a 105. Or is the Charioteer Nomad a different tank? Yeah, it's a little different, I think. Doesn't look like the same gun. What am I missing? Is stats-wise it's the same gun? Maybe. That shows a 105 on that. Stats-wise, yeah, okay. So it's very similar stats-wise. I'll buy that. 0.33 dispersion, yeah, 390. Yep. G-Sword the tank. Charioteer, yeah, they're very similar, aren't they? Cobra. How is this a 120? Is this really a 120? So that's supposedly a 120. That's supposedly a 105. Does it not look like it has a larger, or at least the same? I suppose a 105 and a 120 are not that much difference. That one's 360 though. Cobra's got a 360 alpha. The Charioteer has a 390. G-Sor has a 390. Cool. I'm doing all that with this page up so you can't see anything I'm doing. That is by design. That's how you do it right there. Are WotCCs the promoters, influencers of the game? I guess. There's some of them, I suppose. That's the deal that you sort of sign up for. Oh, Brute, see you, man. Fly safe, brother. Yeah, I mean isn't that the deal? Typical gun mechanics: fire 4, 2-pin. That's right. I had a Manticore game yesterday. I was going to do a video on it and complain, but what's the point? But I'll just complain right now. I had a Manticore game. I took 8 shots, hit 3, pinned none. It was one of the more frustrating games I've ever had. And they were not bad shots either. I absolutely whiffed every shot. And the 3 I hit bounced. It was awesome. Those are frustrating games. And the best part about it was the first game yesterday I sat down and played. I've only played 3. I did that one. Then I played a Malinovka game. And I'm like, things are looking up. I'm in my Manticore and Malinovka. I went over to the one line, got in a good position. The enemy team wasn't biting. Couldn't find the other Manticore. Didn't want to walk into him. The hill collapsed. So I flowed over across the ridge to try to help the guys up on the hill. And by the time I turned around and looked, I guess the second I left, I think I got lit. That's what happened. I came across and got lit on the middle, and I hung out and was shooting up on the hill. And the other Manticore realized I wasn't there, and he came straight down the bushes, and I was too dumb to realize that he was going to do that. By the time I turned around and looked, all my one-line guys were dead. I'm like, great. That's my fault. The third one was a Manticore win, and I did 1,200 damage or something. So 1 and 3 yesterday, I'm like, I'm out of here. Nope, there's no point in this. All right, fellas. Well, I appreciate everybody come by. Thanks for the follow, the sub, all that good stuff. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your Sunday. We're gonna move on and get with it. I'm still putting the house back together, so we got a few more rooms to deal with. You know, when you do the remodel and you have to move stuff to other rooms and take stuff out of cabinets, we're still trying to get everything put back together and put it away. We've got relatives coming in on the 4th, which is a couple days from now on Tuesday. So we want to have all that up and running and good to go. So we got to get their room together and clean up the other room. I'll tell you one thing about a remodel that was kind of eye-opening. I know people told me, but cleaning the dust up, like the entire house is just covered in a layer of dust from wallboards, sanding, the painting, all the stuff that, you know, the demo, probably the worst part was the demo, but just dust everywhere, man. I might do that, Grindle. Maybe they'll be good at painting. All right, guys. I appreciate you coming by. Thanks for the sub and the follow. As I said, let's go ahead and find somebody to raid. And we will get everybody moving on with their day. Let's see here. I have your resume to update today. Oh man, you in between jobs, or you're thinking about moving on, or not to get in your business or anything, but time to move to a new job kind of thing? Let's raid. Congra. I don't know anyone else right now here. How do you spell this guy's name? Koengr. All right, this guy. That guy. K-O-E, not K-O-E. Man. There he is. All right. Going for federal job. Might not be the best time to try that, Winter. Or Sergeant Major. New job, base is 50% higher than I met. Nice, there you go. Yeah, there you go. Yep. Yeah, we'll see if the Doge gets me. I don't know. We'll see what happens with all that. But we're going to start the raid on this fella. He's playing Arcade Cabinet. You guys have a fantastic rest of your Sunday. I'm going to go start vacuuming and Swiffering and mopping and cleaning and whatnot. Later.